You had TJ Dillashaw versus Henry Cejudo. This was a bit of a disappointment for me because and it's completely different. Going from Alan Crowder and Greg Hardy's skill set, and shout out to Alan Crowder, you're one of my favorite fighters now. Love to have you on the show whenever you're in LA. Let me know, man. You deserve it. So going from Alan Crowder and Greg Hardy, right, to Henry Cejudo and TJ Dillashaw, which you could consider the most technical, skilled fight of all time. I mean, they're up there, top 5. Those guys are so fucking skilled. Both pound for pound, top 5, easily. Mm-hmm. Despite weight class, pound for pound greats. So you have a champ versus a champ. And I was expecting a display of straight up mixed martial arts at the highest level. And what happens? TJ Dillashaw gets caught right behind the ear. I think he started with a kick. Maybe that was a little bit of issue. And then behind the ear. Was there early stoppage? Yes. And this come from me. I always side on the ref, stop it early. I'd rather stop it early than late. I hate when they stop it late. Mm-hmm. There's so much more fighting left in both these gentlemen. Stop it early. I'm cool with that. This one I found it even a little too early where I was like, God damn, dude. Especially when it's a champ versus a champ. Those guys are skilled, experienced fighters. It's very early in the first round. Matter of fact, it's 30 seconds. You let them go a tad. I'd rather stop that one punch late, especially because they're lighter weights. The lighter weight, the one punch that gets in, it's going to change his life for the most part. Now, if this is Shane Carwin, Brock Lesnar, stop that bitch early. Because you let Shane get a hit on anyone late, it's going to change the dynamics of their chemistry of their body and their brain. I get that. When it's a 125-pound man versus 125-pound man, maybe let it go on a tad late. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it's this important, man. You can't do that. You can't do that. But regardless, this isn't a Henry Cejudo problem. This is a TJ Dillashaw problem. Henry Cejudo looked phenomenal in those 30 seconds. The problem is, and I believe this, and obviously I'm a little biased because TJ Dillashaw is a buddy of mine, but I don't think we found out who's the best. Same when JDS beat Cain Velasquez, we didn't find out, and that happened on remember, what's very interesting about this is Henry Cejudo and TJ Dillashaw ends right hand, I think it was a right hand behind the ear, 30 seconds. Well, Cain Velasquez, Junior DeSanto, first card on Fox, Major Fox, exact same thing, 30 seconds, 40 seconds. Clip behind there. I don't think that's good for business. Because it's also not a flush knockout. It's like behind the head wobbled and then they're down, You don't find out who's the best. There's proof of that. What did Cain do to JDS after that? Yeah. Then you found out, all right, who's the better fighter? They fought 3 times. Yeah. He beat the brakes off of him. Now, I'm not saying TJ Dillashaw is absolutely 100% better than Henry Cejudo, but we don't know. And I'd like to see him fight at 135. For TJ, I never like when a guy goes down a class to compete for the belt. If you're the champ, it's always going up. There's not a whole lot of ground to be gained when you're going down. You're the bigger guy. So it's like, all right, you have advantages. You're the champ. All right, good luck, man. Like the juice isn't worth the squeeze ever to me, ever. So for TJ, it was a big risk. Worst case scenario now, he lost, but he's still the champ at 135. You can't do any other fight than Henry Cejudo, TJ Dillashaw at 135 now. You have to do that. TJ looked, and this is one of the problems when you do go down, even with the proper cut, and he looked great. He still looked very thin, too thin, thinner than normal. And your brain can't deal. It doesn't have the same amount of moisture, doesn't have the same amount, of cushion when you cut all that weight. So one thing that happens to a lot of guys when they cut weight is they can't take the same punches. We've seen TJ Dillashaw get hit before. He didn't eat that shot. That wasn't that hard of a shot. It wasn't a flush shot. But because you're cutting weight, you're more prone to get knocked out. You're more prone to not be able to take the same shots that you took before. And we saw that. And TJ has no business being at 125. So, all right. Henry Cejudo, TJ Dillashaw at 135. I'm down for that rematch. Do that. You can't do anything else. The flyweights, listen, I love you, Joey Benavidez. You know this. I love him. Best style in the game in mixed martial arts. Flyweight, I don't know what you're going to do. I mean, it's over, right? I mean, I don't know what you do with it. I'm a sizist, I guess. Once Mighty Mouse left, it's game over. Henry Cejudo's going to go to 135, so what else are you going to do? You put the